beautiful, and welcome back to my channel and to this week's new makeup releases, gone on wishlist or not. This is the series where every Sunday I come back and I let you know about all the sneak peeks, announcements and releases from the last week. I'll let you know my thoughts about them and then you let me know your thoughts about them down in the comments. Whether or not we want to pick them up, whether or not we're skipping them. There is a lot of holiday coming at us right now, which is weird. We're not even in October and it's just bombarding us, but I've said it before, this is how capitalism works. They need to get the message out there so that we can buy before the holiday hits us. It's the life we're living. If you haven't been here before, my name is Angie. I am a lover of fashion and makeup, especially colorful ones. I'm wearing a bit of a pinky story today, and if you want to see some more color on your timeline, if you want to see some brands that you might not hear about on every other channel, this is definitely the place to be. Don't forget to subscribe because I do upload several videos a week. I actually didn't film this look. I usually film all my looks, but I just wanted to sit down, watch a couple of YouTube videos, do my makeup. I will link the things I use down below or in a pinned comment because sometimes I run out of like space in the description box. There's a limit at how many words you can put in there. So if not, I'll put in the pinned comment. But yeah, it is a pinky purpley thing using a couple of things that I am going to be reviewing. So let's get into the news. I actually did buy one thing. I'm trying to buy less in September, but I will explain why I bought it. I think you will understand. I'll save that towards the end. I feel like it's a somewhat interesting thing. I don't know if you're gonna agree with me or not, but here we are. So let's start. Let's not even look at the phone and just talk about Pat McGrath's holiday release. She is making a big holiday release this year. I'm always surprised when super expensive brands are doing this big and like over-the-top releases because it is 3 quads, 1 big palette, a highlighter, lip products, and then there's also like other lip stuff that aren't in here, like other little sets with lipsticks and stuff, and it's a lot of things for a very expensive brand. I will say though that the big palette apparently is only, I love how we're using only, gonna be $78, which is very affordable for being Pat McGrath because her other, like, are they like 10 or 12 pan palettes? Those are, I think, 129 or something like that. Like, they're way over $100. So it is surprising that she's bringing out this big palette for that little amount of money. I can't believe her. Okay, go with it. Just go with it. The pan sizes are obviously smaller if you compare it to the quads. I'm guessing the quads are going to be the same price as they usually are. I will try and put some prices and stuff down below. The big palette has already had a pre-sale. I don't intend to buy anything from this launch unless I like run into it on a page while shopping for something else, which is probably not gonna happen because this isn't exactly what I want. What I want are colorful mattes together with some fun, interesting shimmers. These are, the big palette are almost all shimmers, metallics, and then 3 mattes. But none of these shades are meant to be her special formula, which is that formula that is kind of like the Cleonad or the Kaleidos special formula. I own all 3 of them. I will say they are pretty similar. I even prefer the Kaleidos one over the Pat McGrath one, and I actually do prefer the Kaleidos one as well because I feel like they're easier to get out of the pan. But I like the Pat McGrath. Pat McGrath has a really nice formula, but I wouldn't buy a big palette just with a lot of metallics. I feel like I have a very big collection. I feel like I have this. Also, the big palette is actually the 2 Star Wars 6 pans from last year plus 6 new shades in the middle. So if you own the Star Wars 6 pans, you already own all of the shades that are in this palette because it's those 12 shades plus 6 more. That's what I've been told, and just looking at pictures, I'll try and have a comparison picture here. I will say it does really look like that. I wanted the Star Wars collection because of the packaging and the shades. I don't want the shades with another packaging. I also am not the biggest fan of big palettes. I try to avoid buying them unless it's something that really pulls on my heartstring. Only getting 3 mattes isn't that. I want mattes. I love wearing mattes with shimmers, and I prefer, if I'm gonna choose an all matte or an all shimmer look, I will choose an all matte look. That's just how I like to do it. So for me, this isn't for me. The quads are nice. I love a good quad. You know I love a good quad. And if I saw some swatches of these, and if one of them had some shades that I really wanted, because I think that these quads at least contain 1 special shade per quad, I could see myself picking one up if I'm able, if I see it, the stars are aligning, you know, all of these things, but I don't think I'll get any of this, to be honest. And yeah, that's why are brands releasing the exact same things again? Like, Hourglass is always releasing the same things, Becca is all, and now Pat McGrath as well, the same shades again. She always has the same like lip shades, but in new limited edition packaging, which is weird because if you really love the brand and you want to get the limited edition packaging, I don't think you want the same lipstick again and again and again. It's turning into Ruby Woo, like Max Ruby Woo, that's in like every limited edition collection. At some point, the customers that love your brand, they have the things. So for me, this is a pass, and I think I would have been more interested. I would have bought the big palette if it was a 50-50 split with mattes and shimmers, and if some of the shades were shimmery. I would even have paid more for the palette than $78 if that was it. But it's not. So for me, it's a pass unless something dramatically happens. You never say never. You never know. But right now, I'm feeling like a no. I will link down below where you'll be able to get it. The whole collection hasn't dropped yet. She just had a pre-sale of the big palette. I have no idea how that went because it hasn't happened when I'm filming this video, but I'll try and put as much info as I have space for in the description box. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in this or not. Personally, I don't think that this is going to be the holiday collection that I go for. Oh, I'm just going to mention this as well. I'll mention it really quickly. The new collection by Kaleidos, it's been available. There's no longer a pre-sale. You can buy it. I do have a code, and the code is expiring on October 1st. So if you were interested in any of the things from the new collection, you can save 10% by using my code. It ends on October 1st. I will put a link down below to the video where I'm swatching them if you're interested, but just so you know, if you were aiming to pick it up, you can get 10% if you order before October 1st. But if you're not interested, then don't, but just letting you know that the time is coming to an end on that release. The release isn't disappearing, just the code. Let us talk about even more Morphe. I talked about last week that I bought 2 Morphe palettes. They haven't arrived to me yet, but I think they're being delivered on Monday. I got a message and it's like, I think it's that release that's getting delivered on Monday. I'm super excited, so I will of course put a video up as soon as I have it. Why is there fluff here? And now they're releasing even more. This is the Morphe brushes, Artistry palettes, and this is apparently already available. I will link it down below. There is a almost like a Norvina one, like a neutral pink purple, very Norvina-esque. And then there's one that's like a bigger version of the Going Coconuts by Colourpop. It's like a neutral brown. And then there's another one that is a half cool toned neutral brown and a half blue toned. I think that these palettes look really, really cute. If I hadn't already bought 2 of the Morphe palettes to try out, I probably would have picked up that blue and brown one because I don't know, there's something. It seems to be the only way I'm interested in browns is when I see them either together with blues or together with yellows. That's the times where I'm like, oh yeah. So I really feel like I need to do like a brown blue look because somehow that is, I don't know, something about that color combo is like really appealing to me right now, and I feel like I need to explore it. But yeah, these are available in case you're interested. Personally, I prefer a 9-pan palette. It's gonna be really interesting to do some looks with those new ones because I'm intrigued to see what they are. I always try to talk about indie releases as well, brands that you might not have heard about. And I don't know if you heard about this brand, but this is Ruby May Cosmetics, and they have come out with a Spiced Latte Eyeshadow Palette. It's a 9-pan palette. I have a couple of palettes from this brand since before, and let me tell you, the quality is actually really good. So if this palette has the same quality and you like this color scheme, this might be a hit. It is available for pre-order on October 1st. I will link down below where you'll be able to get it. Unfortunately, they do not ship outside of US right now due to the situation worldwide, but it is, as far as I know from the things that I've tried, a really nice quality. So if you're looking for a autumn like themed palette, you want to try something new but you don't want to buy a big palette, maybe this could be for you. I'm pretty sure they are fairly affordable as well. Like I said, I will link it down below. Ooh, speaking of indie, Terra Moon has come out with some news. This is the new fall matte and duochrome shimmers. These have already released. They release on Friday when you're seeing this. I hope that they're still in stock, otherwise they usually do restock. And these are just so pretty. I love that they went something like a totally different route instead of the like the more obvious route. I know I had swatches. Oh, here, you see it all here, but I want to look at the swatches. So there's 3 shimmery shades and a couple of mattes, and I love that it's like grassy greens, a dark blue, and like I like this. It does make me feel like almost an earthy, almost Halloween vibe. I think it looks really nice. I really like the Terra Moon quality, and they also have released glosses. These are also releasing this Friday, already available. These are so cute. It's iridescent lip glosses. Look at this picture. Isn't this appealing? Wow, it looks really cute. I haven't tried any lip products from them, so I have no idea about the quality, but I will say those, like that shift, the glow, the one in the middle with the goldy peachy pink, that looks really cute. I love that she took, like the owner of Terra Moon, took what Terra Moon is really known for, which is that like multichrome shadows, and just made multichrome glosses. Because you can truly see in one of them how it goes from a purple to a periwinkle to a mint. I can see that. And the other one going from a bright pink to like a peach to a yellow. I can see that. So I like this a lot. I think it's really cute. I cannot wait to see people try them. I'm pretty sure that Amy from Amy Loves Makeup gets PR from Terra Moon. I've gotten some PR as well, but it's really hard when you're in Sweden and everything's going on in the world right now. I'm not getting a lot of posts, unfortunately, but yeah, these are really cute. So if you want to see them swatch, I'm pretty sure that Amy will have something so that you can check on it. This is something that actually surprised me a lot, and this is the holiday release from Anastasia. There is a mini eyeshadow palette that's an 8-pan, and then there is a mini ornament mascara, whatever, and then there's a mini lip set, fine. I think that people will like it. They're nudie colors. It's probably gonna be a hit, what do I know? But they made a mini palette, and I hope that they explore this more, because I feel like, and nobody is happier about this than me, I feel like brands are really exploring the possibility of smaller, more curated palettes in 2020, and I'm so excited about that. I really hope that spills over to 2020 as well. I think that this is a great color story. Listen at me being all positive about a neutral palette, because this is 8 shadows and none of them are too similar to each other. It's 8 totally different shades. And that is the thing with neutral palettes, as I feel sometimes, is that the shades are just too similar. And this isn't that. It's literally 8 shades already pre-existing. 2 of them is from the OG Norvina palette, 2 neutrals, not purples unfortunately, and then 6 of them is from the Soft Glam. So it's named Soft Glam 2. It's a mini palette for Christmas. It's a perfect gift for someone who doesn't already own those 2 palettes and love neutrals. It's just not for me, but I really hope they explore this 8-pad palette thing. I think that this could really bring a new spark to the brand, and I would love to see more color stories with new shadows in this, because the pans are the same size as normal palettes. It's just 8 shades. I love this. I really hope we get to see more of this. I feel like they could have a hit on their hand if they curate this in a good way. Let's talk about something that is redundant. I was so surprised when I saw this. I was like, this is your rebrand? Because Lorac is bringing out new Pro palettes. They call it the new era of Pro. That's not what we have on our hand here. Let's just be honest. This is not a new era. It is, and I feel bad. Like I feel like Lorac had its moment. It had its moment to shine, but they didn't really grasp the opportunity that they had. They just were like, people love our neutral palette, so let's do 1,000,002 neutral palettes. But at one point you start to be very redundant, and it's like, you need to be innovative as a brand. Not innovative in the business. Not every brand needs to be out here inventing the wheel, but you need to be innovative within your brand. Like, bring new and fresh things, and Lorac was just bringing out the same thing again and again and again. And now they're rebranding and everything is looking so similar. They're coming out with, I think 5 palettes. 1 really big, 2 medium ones, and 2 small ones. The problem is that they are so similar. There was really no need. There was no need to have 5 neutral palettes like this. Because there is nothing, and this is the thing, there is nothing, there's too similar. Look at this big palette. This is the Meraki palette. Yes, there are different finishes. Yes, it goes from light to dark, but a lot of these shades aren't needed. They're just not. Imagine instead if they came out with one palette that was a neutral, and one small that was a neutral, and then one that was more, not like, it doesn't have to be a rainbow palette, but just what colors do people like to wear with neutrals? People are really into yellows right now. We are seeing really greens being very big. They could have done something I feel like they're not reading the market. Or maybe I'm totally mistaken and people are going to be super excited about this. I wouldn't buy this. Not only because I don't love neutrals, but it's... Edit yourself. Edit yourself. This is just too similar palettes, and I wish that more brands would ask themselves, why would anyone buy this instead of all of the other releases that are available on the market? I feel like some brands are just in their box and they're just looking at their stuff in a way like this was the only thing that was offered to people on the market. But there's 1,000 different brands. What is special about this brown eyeshadow palette? And I don't think anything is special about it. I'll be totally honest with you. I don't know who would buy this except people that used to love Lorac and want to review the new formula, because it's apparently a new formula. That's the only people I see really excited about this. Is this mean? It's probably mean. I'm sorry. I'm sure you have a lovely eyeshadow formula, but that was very redundant. Okay? Edit yourself. Here's another thing that I'm like, when I saw this is the new eyeshadow palette by PLouise. It is very... What is up? Like I just talked about, like, oh, we're going into new era of small palettes, and then these come out. And I know there are a lot of people that love big palettes, but I feel like what I hear, this is me, tell me if I'm wrong, but what I hear from you for the reason why you love big eyeshadow palettes is that there are more options, you have everything you need in one palette, you don't have to pick from other things, and you can do a plethora of looks just based on that one palette. But when it's so similar and there are so many shades that are so similar to each other, I feel like the whole point of a big palette is lost on me. I will say though that PLouise is a brand made by makeup artists, and maybe this is like towards makeup artists. Maybe this is something different. I could be wrong. Maybe that's what this is. This is like not for... Yeah, of course it's for consumers. Why would they sell it towards us then? That's something that I'm like, when people are complaining about things that are like they don't like their Sephora, there's always someone being like, it's for makeup artists. Okay, then why is it at Sephora? Sephora is not a store for makeup artists. It's literally the store for the public. There are stores for makeup artists that you can sell your stuff if it's just for makeup artists. I think a lot of people will probably think that this is a neutral lover's dream. For me, I feel like it's a bit redundant. But that's also so hard because I don't really like neutrals. Would I like something? I never like a big palette though. I think it's like, it's mainly browns. It's browns, 2 oranges and a yellow. If this was like browns and like neutrally olive greens and burgundy reds and some rust colors and some yellows, and like I said, colors that people like to wear with neutrals, I feel like it would make more sense to me, because it would be like, oh, it's a full-on neutral palette with all of those colors that people like to match with their neutrals. Instead, it's just a lot of peachy browns and browns, and well, it's not my thing. It's probably going to be really expensive as well, because I'm pretty sure her palettes are fairly expensive. This is something that is really cute, and I am toying with the idea of maybe trying this, although I don't know if I need this because I have so many liners. But this is Suva Beauty coming out with HydraFX UV palettes. These like water activated like eyeliners, I have a couple, I really like them. They are not for you if you have watery eyes, because since they are water activated, they are also water activated on the lid. So if you have watery eyes, they are gonna run. They are literally the opposite of water resistant, but they are really easy to work with though. And I don't have watery eyes, so for me that's not a problem. I like these a lot. I hope that they will come out with a 5-pan palette of hydra liners like this. There are more like dark, like a jewel toned 5-pan, like a dark burgundy, a dark violet purple, a dark teal, a dark grungy green, maybe something like that, because those kind of liners are hard to find. I think that if you had 5 dark jewel tone grungy but not black liners, that is something I would buy in a heartbeat, because that is something that I always look for. These colorful liners, they, even though I could wear something like this on a daily, I realized that for most people this is a special occasion kind of a color. But a dark jewel tone one wouldn't be. It would be something that people actually could see themselves wearing every day. So I do hope that with time they will come out with even more colors. They do have a couple of colors like that. They have really deep jewel tone ones. So there's definitely an opportunity for them to just take the dark colors they already have and just put them in a palette. I'll buy that. Like, honestly, I would buy that in a heartbeat. When are these being released? They are $30 each, which is pretty affordable for 5 cake liners. You just either make spritz with your setting spray or drop a drop of just regular water. You can use the brush that is with there and you just mix the water in and you draw them on. It's actually really easy to use. It's available October 5th on their website. Suva Beauty does have a couple of retailers as well. I'm pretty sure it's at Beauty Bay, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. Just check the description box if you're interested in more details. We also have these new glow products from Kimchi Chic Beauty. These are heart-shaped highlighters. They're like a duo. I love duo products like this because it makes you tailor your highlight based on where your skin tone is right now. Because for me, I use lighter highlighters in the winter and darker in the summer because I do tan, and I feel like a lot of people might need to tailor their highlight a bit. And also it's really pretty to have a highlight on your apple, but usually it's prettier to have something that is darker on your apple so it's not too icy down here. So this is a way of tailoring your highlighter and getting 2 shades that really go together and that probably both of them will fit your skin tone. I think they're cute. I think it's nice that we see these heart-shaped compacts again, because Too Faced did have blushes in these way back 2015, 2016, and they discontinued them, and now we get to see them in highlighters from Kimchi instead. They're only $15 each. That's really cute. They're already available on her website. I will link them down below, and Kimchi Chic, that's so hard to say, is also available on Beauty Bay, so I will link that in case you are not living in the US and you're interested in the brand. I think they have basically the whole line at this point. Let's talk about this new Melt release. I am a bit confused by this release because they are releasing some contouring stacks. It is 1 stack with cream products and 1 stack with powder products. They are, I'm pretty sure, $48 each, and there are some brushes in this line as well. I feel like contour palettes are out. They are for makeup artists, but most of us are not working makeup artists, and we do not need a contour product for every skin tone. Most of us only need a contour product for our skin tone. I think that the stacks, I'm so happy that they're keeping the stacks. I think the stacks are perfect for products like this. They could start releasing, listen, there's so much potential with this. What if they released cream products and powder products for blushes and highlighters and bronzers and contour products, and then you just buy them as singles, and you can buy, because there's the top part is just a stack with a mirror on the inside. So you buy the ones you want as singles, you buy them, and if you buy, let's say you buy 3, you get the mirror for free. And you can just mix and match and make your own stack. Like this, you can only buy them as a stack right now, and I will get everything from fair to deep. But I don't want that. I only want the light one. And even just to sell them as duos. Sell me the duo with a powder and a cream in just light. I don't want all of them. I just want to buy the singles, and I already have, like, imagine being able to go on a trip and I can pick, because I have the stack back here, I don't, they're literally here. Imagine me being able to take 3 eyeshadows, a bronzer, a highlighter, a blush, put the, like, the mirror on top, and that's it. There's so much potential, but like, I don't know in this day and age who would be interested in this. Because even a makeup, like, the stacks are cute. I like the stacks. I have no problem with them. You can like spread them out when you're doing your makeup, and they're hold together with magnets. Like, you don't have to be like, just like, it's not that hard, honestly. I know that people are complaining about the stacks, but it's not that hard. You just spread them out and you get the palette and then you flip them back together. It's honestly not that hard. It would have been such a nice opportunity for people to just pick and choose their own things and create their own face stack. I don't think makeup artists wants to bring a stack like this, and I don't want a stack with every skin tone. I just want mine. But hopefully in the future they'll be able to make things so that I can buy just a single. Because if I could buy the single, this is the thing, if I could buy the single in the cream and the single in the powder, I would. 100,000,000% I would. But I don't want all of it. I just do not want all of it. So that is just my thoughts on that. Let me know what you think down below. I'm interested to hear what you think about this release, because I think there's so much potential, but it just fell on the finishing line. That's how you say it in Sweden. Colourpop came out with a new shocker. Oh, really? Colourpop coming out with something new? This is their Sandstone collection. It is inspired by red rock and earthy fall tones. It is a warm neutral palette. It's a mix of mattes and shimmers, or like metallics. It's not for me. I don't think there's any pressed glitters in here. There are 4 cream shadows. I'm pretty sure that these got really bad reviews. And then there are some eye pencils and some lipsticks. I'm happy to see that lipsticks are still here. Like, lipsticks is a nice formula. I know that they got a lot of critique for the pattern of the palette and for the names of some of the shadows. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think people were accusing them of stealing or culturally appropriating Native North American patterns and names. Correct me if I'm wrong, I am Swedish, I don't know, I know about the native Swedish population, like I know about their history, but I don't know, like American history is not something that we read in school, for obvious reasons, because we don't live in America. And I know that Colourpop made a statement saying that they made an honest mistake, they never meant to do something like that, and the next batch that they are producing will have a different, they will change the patterns and the names that people felt upset about. So if you wanted this collection but you didn't want it with this pattern, maybe you can just wait for them to restock it in a bit. I'm guessing they're just gonna do the same like they did with the Smoke Show palette, that they had to change the name off, and now it's Smoke, what is it called? Blowing up smoke, it's called something else, because they had to change the name, so they just sold the ones they had and then just made new one with new names. So if you thought that this collection would be for you but you didn't want to buy it for that reason, just know that it's going to be another version coming real soon, but same shades. Okay, next release I want to talk about, Makeup Revolution is starting to tell us about their holiday releases. And you know from before that I am not the biggest fan of Makeup Revolution, because I feel like the powder face products, those they do good at times, and sometimes those are not good either. But they're coming out, the Revolution Pro is coming out with even more of those quads that I don't like. I didn't like the way that they applied. I thought they were an underwhelming eyeshadow formula. The packaging is nice to look at, but when you really look at it close, it's not that luxurious, and my stones is starting to fall off. Like a couple of them fell off, and also the glue that they were using really smelled on mine, so I had to air them out for a month to get the worst smell to disappear. But now they're also coming out with face trios with the same thing. These look nice, and I'm sure that the face trios are gonna be better than the eyeshadows, because they tend to do powder face products, like powder face products, yeah, they tend to do those better than they do eyeshadows, according to my humble opinion. These are already available. I will link all the Makeup Revolution products down below, because I'm pretty sure that all of these are already available. They're also having I'm not sure if that is a holiday release, but it could be, but I'm pretty sure that this is a holiday release. This is the XX Revolution holiday release. They're coming out with new products. It's eyeshadow palettes, plenty of them, different sets, some powders and lip products. I didn't like anything from XX Revolution except the powder highlighter. So I wouldn't want to try any of this because I felt like this whole brand was pretty underwhelming, to be honest. So this is definitely not for me. And also another makeup brand, this is Makeup Obsessions. It's also a Makeup Revolution brand. They are coming out with more. These are 16 pan eyeshadow palettes and they are going to be only £10, $15. It's one more pinky purpley neutral one, and then there is one that's supposedly, it's called After Dark. It's like more a dark, not really grungy because it's lacking some of those tones, but like a neutral with some pops that are like darker tones. These are also not for me. I'm pretty sure Makeup Obsessions, it's sold at Target in US if you are interested in the brand, but I'm gonna pass because I am just not about that life. This is a new collaboration and it's actually between a European brand and a European influencer, and this is Catrice doing a collaboration with Maxine Giancomo. He is Italian and German. And this eyeshadow palette is a half neutral, half colorful palette. It has some turquoises, a lime green, that dark blue, purple. It is cute, but not exactly what I'm looking for. I feel like this is a neutral palette with a pop of blue done right because it has 4 blues. Like, it's more blues. You can do an all blue look if you want to, and if you look at the looks that he has done with this palette, he's done some really like colorful things and I like that. So this is like options. If you like neutrals the most but sometimes you want to play with colors, you have some options. This is available, it is available now. I will try and see where I can find it. I'm guessing it's available in Europe. Sorry US, it is what it is sometimes. What can I say? This is a new release from Goss. When is this coming? It says coming soon. If I know any more info, like I'll put it down below. But these are face duos. Wait, weightless blush palettes. So blush palettes, but then it says compacts with duo face powders, blushes and highlighters. I'm guessing that whatever, like depending on your skin tone, it could be either a blush or a highlight. I'm not sure about that. I will say the first thing I thought, and I don't think that there's any copying going on here or anything like that, but the first thing I thought about when I saw this was the Power collection that Color Drain did, because the combos, like the duos, are very, very similar. But I don't think that there's any copying going around because it takes a really long time to develop makeup. But that was the first thing that I thought about, and I think that that combo with the white highlighter and the dark blush is what's like making me think that. I mean, they look cute. I don't dislike them. I don't think I'll be making an order from Beautylish just to buy these duos, but I think that so far this is the most intriguing release from Goss. I love duos, and if these were available in Europe, I would have 100% have picked one up. But I do have to pay like taxes and shipping when I buy it from Beautylish, and they end up being like double the cost. So I only buy from there when it's something that I like 100% really, really want. Or if I have a gift certificate, it happens at times as well. This is really cute. This is Beauty Bar Baby is coming out with the Neon My Dreams palette. It is a 9-pan palette with 8 neons and 1 matte black. Neons do not behave the same way as another matte shadow would. They're almost a bit like pastels in the way that they are usually not that easy to blend. You might have to pack them on and blend the edges. So if you're thinking that you're gonna have just take this with a big fluffy brush and blend into your crease, that is probably not how you're gonna be able to wear these shadows. Usually these are even harder to work with than a pastel, for example. But how I use neon shadows to make them pop is like how I have the pastel shadows on my lid today. I pack them on my inner corner, or I pack it on my lid to get it pop. That's how you make them work. It is the perfect way of really bringing that pop effect to a look. So I like the idea of having them all in one palette. I think that's really cute. You can make full looks, of course, with neons, but it's not as easy to work with regardless of the brand as some other shadows might be. And this is mainly the reason why usually like mainstream brands do not do true neons. They might do bright palettes and call them neons. I'm looking at you, Huda Beauty neons. Those weren't true neons. Like those wouldn't have been glow in the dark, for example. Those wouldn't have that fluorescent feeling to them. But they're very hard to formulate, and also it requires a special technique that might be hard to sell at Sephora, let's say. So if you're interested, I'm just letting you know that these are probably going to perform exactly like every other neon, being that they are beautiful when you pack them on, but they're not that easy to apply if you are gonna try to like blend them into your crease. This is just me letting you know. Okay, let's take a trip down memory lane. This is a blast from the past. Actually, this is a phone call from the early 2000s, and they're like, Baby Phat, we miss you, come back. For some reason, Kimora Lee just cannot let go of Baby Phat, and now she is relaunching the brand. Or maybe she's already, I don't even know, but beauty products. She's coming out with beauty products. It is literally Victoria's Secret a la 2001. Shimmering body something something and lip gloss tubes. Like, there is retro, and then there are straight up things that just look like you saved them from 2001. And this is the latter. So I'm gonna pass on this. Maybe you're interested. $45 for a set. We're moving on. Makeup by Mario has announced this new line. It's coming October 1st, and the prices are from $15 to $48. $48 is for the palettes. Personally, this is exactly what I was expecting. It is a mix between makeup artistry and the kind of nude she does on Kim Kardashian, and there's nothing wrong with that. For me, it's just extremely underwhelming, and it's not. I'm not the person to be really judging this, because it is definitely not made for me. I don't do makeup as a makeup artist. Usually when they do makeup on others, they do it because the person wants to look their best, and the makeup style that he's known for is literally like the Kim Kardashian style, the smoky, glamorous, neutral but not natural kind of a style. And this is that. But I'm not that person. That's not why I do my makeup. I do think though that some of the things might be interesting to experiment with. I think I need to look at because I think he has some videos. Why do I feel like I have a cat here? I think he has some videos where he's like going through the line and explaining like how it works and what all the things are, and I'm sure there are some products in here that I could incorporate in my routine, especially if it's like face product. I do think it's mostly eye products right now though. But this though, Master Crystal Reflector, blend the sheer bouncy powder onto the cheekbones and collarbones. That sounds delightful. I would love to try that. But as a whole, this brand is marketed towards someone who does their makeup very differently from me. And that is totally okay. Like, I respect his artistry so much. I think that the things he does is so flattering. This just is not for me at all. Except those bouncy highlighter things. Doesn't that sound like it's gonna be the super chic form, like the Colourpop super shock chic formula, but just more expensive? Why would I want that? I'm not sure, but still I'm interested. I think this is coming to Sephora US. I'm pretty sure it's not coming to Sephora Sweden, because why would it? But I mean, I think it's mostly known in North America, so it makes sense. But hopefully the brand will be a hit for him, and maybe more countries will see it as well. Maybe it's coming to Sephora France, I don't know. I mean, Sephora is after all a French company. So yeah, I have no idea. It's gonna be so interesting to see this in action. Like, this is the kind of brand that will get a click from me on YouTube, for sure. Just not buying it myself. Before we get into the product that I actually bought myself, let's look at this sneak peek, because this is something very exciting to me. And this is the Shroud Cosmetics is coming up now with a new eyeshadow palette. They have been a bit quiet. The owner, she did explain on Instagram why it's been a bit quiet, but she's doing her first collab and I have no idea with who. It's gonna be so interesting. I have no idea who it is. I love Shroud Cosmetics, former Strobe Cosmetics. Their eyeshadow formula is amazing. I still don't own the Arcana palette. It was sent to me as PR, but the post office lost my package. Thank you very much. So I will buy this one, and I will buy the Arcana as well when they're being released, because I am so intrigued. I have no idea who this is with. I will of course let you know more once I know, because this is a release that I will 1,000,000% buy, no matter the color scheme. Should I say that? If it's all beiges, maybe not. but I am very, very intrigued. Oh, it's editing Angie. I know, very sexy. I just wanted to pop in and be like, I'll put it here. I just wanted to pop in and tell you that Colourpop is apparently doing a collection together with Hocus Pocus. It's gonna be available on the 30th of September, which is before I film my next episode. So I just wanted to let you know, in case this is the only, because I've heard from some of you that this is the only place you get your like news from. So if that is you and you're interested in the Hocus Pocus collection with Colourpop, do check on Instagram to see when they're announcing it, or sign up for the Colourpop newsletter. I don't know if this will be available all around, because there is a huge risk that this is going to be US exclusive, just like Sailor Moon was. So just know that that could be it. But I just wanted to let you know, we'll talk a bit more about it next week, but if you were interested, it's coming. I will link their Instagram down below so that you can check it out if you're interested. Okay, let's talk about the last thing that I actually did buy, and that is that Beauty Bay has launched some pastel eyeliner pens. I wanted to buy the ones from Colourpop, but since I am apparently not making that order from Colourpop anytime soon, every time I go there and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna buy those like 5 things that I've had my eye on, it's always 1 or 2 of them that is out of stock, and I just end up never making the order. So instead I bought the pastel liners from Beauty Bay. They have 6 new pastel liners, and they have them in 2 different sets, or you can buy them as singles. The sets were with 3 each. They were 150 Swedish crowns, which is about $15. It might be a bit less due to like conversion rate and stuff, but I bought the set that has the 3 warmer shades because I have a yellow, like a vanilla yellow that I like, but it is discontinued. And then I really wanted to get those like light corally ones, or the peach one. They have a peach pastel one at Colourpop, that's the one I wanted to get. And I also wanted to try the new coral one. I felt like this set was exactly what I wanted. A pale yellow, a pale peach, and a pale like orange. Like there's one more pinky coral and one more peachy orange, like pastels, and then there's another one that has like more the greens and the blues. I feel like I have a lot of shades like that I really, really like, so I felt like maybe I didn't need to buy those, but these are available now. This is gonna be the first time I'm actually trying anything from the Beauty Bay line. It just hasn't happened before, but this is gonna be the first time I try it. I did order it actually this morning because it just released this morning. I'm filming this on Friday, so I've just actually ordered this, and I am very excited to be trying them out, and I will let you know what I think about them. This was something that I have been wanting to buy for a long time, and I'm so excited that it's actually available at Beauty Bay, because it is a lot easier for me to buy from Beauty Bay than to buy from Colourpop. And I think that's gonna be everything. Let me know which are the things that you are the most interested in. Let me know also the things you are the least interested in. That's also very interesting to hear, like the things that are actually not drawing you in, the things you're actually not willing to even look at twice. I would love to hear about that. I will have another video up tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with this struggle buzz, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!